let's talk about a very specific kind of exhaustion. It's not the physical tiredness that comes from a long day of manual labor, nor is it the simple burnout of a busy week. It's the deep fatigue of a person who's constantly running a race in which the finish line keeps moving. To the outside world, you might look like you're doing great, but inside, there's a persistent whisper that it's not enough. Psychologists call this chronic self-doubt or imposter syndrome. To live like this is to feel like an eternal applicant for your own life. You're constantly trying to interview for a position you already have, trying to prove your worth to an invisible jury that never reaches a verdict. Today, we're looking at the psychology of people who never feel good enough. No one is born with the belief that they're fundamentally inadequate. Babies don't cry and then judge themselves for not crying melodically enough. The belief that you're not enough is acquired. For many, the root begins in childhood through conditional love. You received praise, warmth, and validation when you got the A or won the game. For others, the root is found in trauma, emotional neglect, or an environment where criticism was loud and praise was a rare currency. To survive in that environment, your brain developed a brilliant defense mechanism. It reasoned that if you could just be perfect, you'd be safe from criticism. You grew up, left that environment, but not the defense mechanism. Living with the feeling of never being good enough requires an immense amount of mental gymnastics. When someone who feels inadequate succeeds, they don't experience it the way others do. Their mind categorizes their failures as permanent proof of their identity while categorizing their successes as temporary flukes. This is the belief that worthiness is a destination you'll arrive at in the future. But because your internal blueprint is wired for inadequacy, when you reach those milestones, the goalpost immediately shifts. If you've lived with this feeling for a while, it can feel like it's knitted into your DNA, but it isn't. It's a habit of thought, and habits can be deconstructed. To heal, you don't need to achieve more. You need to change the way you validate your existence. You're not a business to be managed. You're a human being. Your value is inherent, not earned. You don't need to earn your place on this planet. You don't need to pay rent for existing by being perfect. You're allowed to just be here. You're allowed to be learning. Do you ever feel like you're not good enough? Let me know in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.